What's your name and where you from?
My name is Cenzo and I'm from East London.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what life was like growing up there.
Can't lie, life was calm, you know. I had a good childhood growing up. My parents was in my life. You know, I have an older brother. He obviously went down the good route. Like, he was a good guy growing up. He never went down the gangs route. I also have an older sister. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't really close with her, innit? I was kind of jealous of her at the start because she obviously was the only girl, so she got like most of the praises. But obviously now that I've grown up, I love my older sister in my heart. I'm obviously my older brother, so yeah, life was good growing up.
Yeah. Would you say that jealousy just stemmed from the fact that she was the only girl?
Yeah, I would definitely say that, you know, because like, obviously when I was young and I used to get into arguments with my sister, whenever she would hit me, she would get away with it. But when I would hit her back, I would always get scolded for it, that hard scolding. And obviously my dad wanted me to understand from a young age, you know, you shouldn't hit girls, innit? Like, get that in your system at young. But obviously me being young, I didn't understand that. I kind of saw it as them picking her over me. But now, see, as I've grown up to where I am now, obviously I understand that it's all love, and it was me learning those lessons at a young age, so that when I'm at my age now, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. As you've grown up now, what would you say is one thing that you probably had in your mind as a child that you maybe had to relearn as you got older?
Oh, always to put God and trust God. Always put God first and trust in God. Because, damn, like, even though I haven't lost both of my parents are still with me. There was a time where my dad was going through some heart problems. And then that was very, 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 very hard for me, because you always hear about it happening to other people, innit? That certain people lose certain family members, and then you obviously like take it into consideration, but you don't really understand like the pain. So one day I remember I was literally in the sitting room watching, it was an Arsenal FA Cup match. I can't remember. This was like near 2017, 18, innit? I was, I'm not gonna say what year I was in at school, because then people guess my age, innit? But I was still in secondary school. And I remember this was late at night, like around 10ish. My dad said that he's gonna go pop to the shop quick. But these times he had work the next morning, so when he left, I'll say 10 minutes after, my mum came back into the house. And then she couldn't find where my dad was. And then I was just there like, oh, he went shops, innit? And then my mum said, shops are closed and he has work tomorrow. So these times I'm kind of now getting a bit scared, like, why would my dad just go out the yard like that? Like, it was very unusual for him. And then after the match, when I went to go back to sleep, I started feeling this gut feeling that something isn't wrong, innit? Like, something happened to my dad. I didn't know what it was. I genuinely know, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I remember I couldn't sleep. I kept on worrying. I kept on going to my mum saying, Mum, like, I'm scared about dad, you know, like, what happened to dad? And my mum was kind of saying, look, dad is all right. Like, he's probably just gone somewhere. Don't worry, just go sleep. Like, it'll be cool. Once obviously my mum reassured me, I said, calm. It's pattern, like, I'll go sleep. I went sleep now, woke up the next morning, my mum's crying. Now, these times, I hate seeing my mum cry, innit? My mum never cried around me, but this time, like, she cried, and now I'm very, very, like, I'm scared, innit? Because I'm like, yo, like, Mum, why are you crying? And I remember she told me, oh, dad had a heart attack. He went to the hospital. Like, it was very, very, very difficult. Like, I just remember being so scared. I thought when you had a heart attack, it means you're dead, like, you died, innit? So when she was like, oh, dad had a heart attack, he went to the hospital, I'm there all panicking. I'm very, very, very scared, innit? But obviously my mum said, they showed me that, no, he's at the hospital, he's okay, but we're not sure of his conditions. So cool. Went to the hospital the next morning. By the way, this was on a Saturday, by the way, so I didn't have school the next day, so cool. I went on a Saturday to the hospital. I saw my dad, and I remember being upset with him, innit? Because I was like, Dad, like, you told me you were going shops. I didn't know, like, you were in pain, and he was on his way trying to go to the hospital, then he had a heart attack on the way, innit? So luckily, obviously, people around him saw him, took him to helped him call that ambulance, took him to the hospital. So I remember I was just saying to my dad, like, yo, like, why did you lie to me, Dad? Like, you know, I thought, like, you went to the shops. And I remember he saying to me, look, all I need you to do right now, son, is pray for me, as I don't think I have long left to, you know, live. My situation's getting worse, and it's only gonna get worse from now. I remember just bawling in front of my dad, just crying, telling him, oh my days, it's gonna happen to me. I've heard it happening to, I mean, everyone's gonna die in it, we're all gonna die, but now me being in a driver's seat and knowing that my dad may go, especially at that young age, I don't know how I was gonna do it. So I remember that day I went home, me, my mom, my brother, we all prayed, like, we were just praying to God, telling God, like, you know, if this is your plan, give us the strength to get through it. But, you know, please, like, don't take my dad. Yes, the next couple months was very, very hard. Like, he was just getting worse. Every single time he came home from the hospital, he would just get worse. He would always vomit. He would have a stroke. He was just getting so worse. And I just kind of got to the point where I was just there like, wow, like, he's dying in front of my eyes. Like, it's his peak. And then what happened after that is he went to the hospital again, but I think this time was for a surgery. He was going to get like some artificial something into his heart to help him obviously keep going. But the thing is with that surgery is if they're going to do a surgery on his heart, there was a possibility that, you know, they could lose him on the table because his heart was already like really suffering. So for them to do the surgery now on his heart was a very big risk. But, you know, it was better than for us seeing him go through what he already was going through, innit? So we took the surgery, and I remember praying even more. Obviously, people at my church, I go to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they were praying at home for my dad as well. And that moment, instead of feeling scared and what I was feeling before, I started to feel, you know, a bit of comfort. Something was telling me that, you know, no matter what's going to happen, my dad's going to be okay. And I remember on a YouTube video, I was scrolling down, I was watching this motivational talk. And then the motivational preacher was a guy called something Stephen, this big black guy with bald head, I can't remember his name. Steve Harvey, there he is, Steve Harvey. He must have said to anyone out there, all I just want to say is, I don't know what situation you're going through, but I want to tell you, well actually God wants to tell you, your situation will be okay. And I remember just watching it, feeling a bit of comfort. Then I carried on with my life. The surgery happened, and then after the surgery, my dad was released, and then he started to get better. He started to get back into work. It started falling back into place. And I remember just telling my dad how much I love him. I started texting him every single day how much I love him. And then obviously years go by. I'm now a grown man. He's still with me. He's like now 60, well, turning 60 this May. Still going strong. And I remember just telling my dad, like, you know, Dad, you're my hero. When I saw you going through that, you didn't give up. You never showed me you were in pain. You know, even though, cool, I wish you could have told me from the start, you know, look, I'm having pain in my heart. You know, I need to go to hospital. Cool, I was young. I may have never understood, but now, obviously, now that I'm older, he's more straight with me. And it's a situation that I'll never forget, you know, like, even though now it's easy to get caught up into the world, but knowing that story and that lesson and seeing where God's really put his hand in my life really helped me to understand that, cool, when I go through certain situations or when I'm really in the mist, if I can search God diligently, not with treating him like a genie, if I can search him diligently, you know, he would, he would genuinely respond. And yeah.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how your relationship is with your dad today because of that experience.
It's amazing, it's amazing. You know, I love obviously my mom as well. I love my mom and dad both wholeheartedly, you know. I try so hard to obviously chase my dreams, to give back to them. You know, I want them to one day, obviously, when they go into the next life, to know that, cool, we did our bit, so we can now leave Cenzo here, knowing that we taught him the right values of life. We showed him what it was like to have a father in his life. And yeah, my relationship with my dad is amazing. One thing I'm doing every single day is telling him that I love him, telling him that, you know, I'm grateful for everything he does, so that he knows that, obviously, I love him.
Yeah. Did that experience and seeing your dad go through that change your perspective on life in general?
Yeah, it did. It changed my perspective on life, that anyone can go at any time. And it's kind of scary because, you know, I don't really want to die. I really just want to live forever. But, you know, it's kind of a scary thought that at any moment, you know, you can lose someone very close to you. And each day that passes is like a day that we kind of get closer to that fateful day.